people, so you know what that means. We got to get into your number one team, your program, what you crave. That's Bama football. And you do this by being locked and loaded on to the hottest show on the streets, the number one forum for your Crimson Tide football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. We appreciate you guys checking us out on a Friday TGIF edition of the show. We're bringing the show from the magic city of Birmingham. We stream this to you through YouTube. Speaking of the channel, you know what time it is. You hit that subscribe button. Do that right now. Get every friend, every family member, diehard Bama fan, casual Bama fan, consumer of Tide football to subscribe as well. Share the show. Get everybody around you hooked on the show. We appreciate that. Also, don't forget to like the show as well. Tap that like button. Give us that thumbs up. Run those likes up there. Trying to get this 50 likes out the gate to start the show. We appreciate you guys. That daily super chat goal, $100 daily. Super chat goal, $100 right there. All donations welcome and appreciated. Be sure to tap that notification bell so that way you miss nothing when it comes down to your Bama football content. We have a lot to get to on this evening. We want to hear from you. Light those phone lines up. You can do this by calling 205-448-1358, the number 2 dial to let your voice be made known right here. 205-448-1358. And one more time, 205-448-1358. Want to hear from you. Got my man Eli Walker in the production studio, so let's get this thing rolling here on a Friday, Eli. And for me, first topic of conversation, after going back and diving into more film, preferably this young man's high school film, I'm starting to come away with maybe Tyler Buckner, not such a bad idea for Alabama as a quarterback out of a transfer portal. Maybe not such a bad idea. Still, probably not the guy I would have taken, but not such a bad idea. After I go back and watch some high school footage on this young man, and I do my due diligence, and I do my searching of this whole topic, it's starting to make sense. Saban's move of bringing in Tyler Buckner into the program. Now, Buckner coming from the Bishop High School in California. He's got talent. He's got a lot of tools in the toolbox here. He's got some things that, he specializes in. And he was a star at the Bishop High School before COVID took place in 2020, which he didn't have his senior year. Tyler Buckner did not have his senior year of high school due to COVID. And when you go from your junior year of high school to coming to Notre Dame as a freshman in college without having that senior year of high school, that final year of development out of high school, that can mess with you a bit. That can throw off some things. That can offset some stuff. And that's what unfortunately happened with Buckner. He had such a massive junior season at the Bishop High School that senior year didn't have it, couldn't have it due to COVID, and he had to just kind of jump into a freshman year at Notre Dame. But if you look at his numbers from his senior year at the Bishop, you can tell how this dude's got game. I mean, over 4,000 passing yards his junior year. He had 53 touchdown passes and just 5 picks, which shows you the accuracy, the decision-making, the thought process, getting the ball out quick, those types of deals. But also the athleticism of Buckner. Had over 1,610 yards rushing his junior year, had 28 rushing touchdowns. He was ranked the number 1 player in the country for total yards in 2019, and the number 3 player overall for a single season coming out of high school. This is also a young man that competed in the Elite 11 finals. So Tyler Buckner's got some game. He's got some ability. He's got talent. There's some substance. There's substance to him. Now, I don't see this as Tommy Rees favoring him in any way over the other quarterbacks. I don't see that happening. But Buckner's got game. And he'll come in here with the opportunity to compete against Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson, Dylan Larnigan, and Eli Holstein. But more notably, he'll compete against Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson for an opportunity to possibly be the starting quarterback. I mean, you got three guys that can do it here. Jalen Milroe can take this Alabama team and win a national championship with it. Ty Simpson can take this Alabama team and win a national championship with it. I know there were rumors, reports about Ty Simpson, hurting his hand in the spring game. A picture recently surfaced on social media of Simpson going turkey hunting. His father, Mr. Jason Simpson, put the picture up there on social media. So it looks like Ty is doing better. Looks like Ty is doing okay. Looks like he's good. So you got Jalen Milroe can take you to win a national championship. Ty Simpson's got the ability to take you and win a national championship. And now after doing some more breaking down of one Tyler Buchner, junior year of high school, Duke, he's a dude. He can play. His senior year, didn't have it due to COVID, and that set him back a bit there in the development. But now at Alabama, back with Tommy Rees, got the opportunity to compete here in fall camp. He regains what he did his junior year of high school. This could be very interesting. You talk Buckner in this room. So, Eli, I've had a slight, not all the way. I'm not going to be like the Grinch and be like my heart grew 3 sizes, but I've had a slight change of heart, an opinion on Tyler Buckner after being able to go back, break down some high school tape, and be like, he can play. He's got game. He can ball. He can play. We will see, though, once fall camp gets in here, how this thing is really going to shape out. But there's some sense now in terms of why Coach Saban made the move, getting Tyler Buckner out of the portal from Notre Dame. But we take our first break here on the show. Don't touch that dial. We're just getting started. When we get back, we hit up those phone lines. We grab your calls, your thoughts, your conversations. Line us up after this. We'll be right back.
Nine players have teamed up and released the Alabama Team Paper, which is a video yearbook they've put out for sale direct to fans. Now, for the first time, small dollar purchases from the fans can support the players as a group as well as a great cause, because $1 of every subscription payment is donated to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Be a 5-star fan base and support your team and a great cause with Team Paper. Check it out at teampaper.com/Alabama.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just one bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
We're back into the action here, folks, from the break. Hottest show in these streets. We're talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Eli, hear a ding in the super chats. Let's see what we got here. And is it Jonathan McMillan? It is Jonathan McMillan who drops in a $100 donation, handling the daily super chat goal by himself. Dancing Steven, appreciating that. Jonathan McMillan showing the love right here to the channel. We appreciate that right there. Continue to tap the like button, hit that subscribe button, make this your show. Talking Bama football here. We go to the phone lines to grab your calls. Call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. Number to call in, 205 448-1358. We grab this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Steven, what's happening? What's shaking on Friday evening? Give me a good word here. Lay it on me.
I mean, Wagon doing good, man. Doing good. I mean, you got, Alabama, you got players graduating this weekend. About 10 football players will graduate, including former Bama players, Jimmy Johns, former Alabama running back, and former Alabama safety, Ronnie Harrison, will march along with other guys for their degrees, or with their degrees, this weekend, starting tonight, actually. And just excited to see, these young men that got drafted a week ago from the Crimson Tide. Just excited to see what they're going to do in mini camp, and most importantly, the upcoming season in the NFL.
Yeah, I was on the war report there. I think Auburn got a new quarterback, Peyton Thorne. We got to welcome these guys in. We got to give them all the confidence they can get and back them up 1,000,000%. No matter who starts at quarterback, we've got to be behind these guys, and we've got to have a great attitude, and we've got some tremendous quarterbacks in the quarterback room. I mean, it does nothing but build confidence with me. The more the merrier is what I always used to say. So I'm like you. He had a tremendous year in high school there in California. A lot of these California kids are so brilliant. They seem like they're very smart and very intelligent, Najee and Bryce here. This young man is Ty Buckner and Tyler Buchner, and these guys are just, I don't know, there's something about those California high schools. They just seem like they're some of the best high schools in the United States of America, and some of the best high school football teams in the United States of America. So we got to boost them up, keep them going here, and we'll see what happens here. And we got 4 months to go before it's time to, a few months to go for SEC Media Days in Nashville, and then you have a few months there later after SEC Media Days. So these guys, we got to build them up, give them confidence. We love all of them. Greatest show on YouTube, greatest show on earth. Y'all be safe. Have a great weekend out there. A.J. McCarron, I think, got the most valuable player. Hey, that's good. A.J.'s doing great. I saw that last night. I'm proud of him. Let's be safe, everybody, this weekend. Let's meet back next week. I may not be here next week. I've got some things I got to do out of town, but I'll be back the next week, the good Lord's willing. I love all y'all. Y'all be safe. I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye, everyone.
Appreciate the president weighing in, checking in here on a Friday. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TD. As you continue getting your thoughts together, 205-448-1358. Phone lines open. 205-448-1358 there. We're gonna go to a cool call top. Before that, we got Neo with that $10 donation in the super chats. Appreciate that coming from Neo as Dancing Steven enjoying that right there. But like I mentioned, Eli, starting tonight, going into tomorrow, we got spring commencement for the University of Alabama. Several people, departments marching with degrees, whether these be bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, doctoral degrees. You're getting your degree. And for me, I was a part of this, May 1st, 2015, a happy day of my life. May 1st, 2015, I was in hot, steamy Coleman Coliseum, marching with my degree in journalism. Very happy day for yours truly. My family was there. Had to get mom out of there because it got hot in there. Went to eat food afterwards, so a great graduation day for yours truly. But this time around, you got 10 Alabama players, football players that will have their degrees, including Darian Dalcourt, who is marching with his master's degree over the weekend. With the players, you can see them right there on screen. Some of the more notable guys: Darian Dalcourt, Chris Braswell, Malachi Moore, James Burnip, punter, marching with his degree. Chase Allen, a backup kicker, marched with his degree. A couple of former players in here as well. When you look at Ronnie Harrison, former All-SEC first-team safety for the Crimson Tide, marching with his degree. And Jimmy Johns, former Alabama running back, who went through a lot in his life, comes back, gets his degree, and will march this weekend as well. So a very special moment here for these young men getting the education factor there in line. But we go to our break right here, folks. We'll touch that dial upon our return. A former Heisman winner for Alabama put out his top 5 wide receivers of all time in Bama history. It created quite the stir. We're going to get into that, and then I'll also unveil my top 5 Alabama wide receivers of all time. We'll get to it after this.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
This is Matt Caddell, former Alabama wide receiver, and you're listening to In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith with Touchdown Alabama Magazine. And I got 2 words to say, baby. Roll Tide.
All right, folks, we're back into the action from the break, rocking and rolling with you here on a Friday TGIF edition of the show. Hottest show on the streets here, breaking down your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA, the man Eli Walker in the production studio, and continue hitting that like button, tapping that subscribe button as well, making this your spot here for all things Bama football. So, Eli, something interesting happened the other day, well, yesterday, going into today. Devontae Smith, former Alabama wide receiver in the National Football League with the Philadelphia Eagles, 2020 Heisman Trophy winner. The accolades just pile on. And so Smith was on the Big Slay podcast off the Volume Network with his teammate, Eagles cornerback Darius Slay. And, Slay wanted Devontae Smith to break down his top 5 Alabama wide receivers of all time. And so Smitty, he puts down his top 5. And his top 5 created quite the conversation on social media. Now Smitty, he knows he's a star. He knows he's an absolute bomb of an athlete, but he keeps it humble at the same time, which I can understand that too. He's never been one to talk up himself. He's always been one to more so talk up the guys around him, which is a great quality to have. So Smitty's list, as you're seeing it on screen, it's a quality list. I mean, he got Julio Jones at 1. Nobody's refuting that. Julio Jones changed the game when he came in 2008. Changed recruiting, changed everything for Alabama. Julio was the first big recruit to tell Nick Saban yes, and stamp Nick Saban as the best recruiter in the game. So Julio 1, nobody's refuting that. Amari Cooper 2, I can dig that. I watched Coop 2014 eviscerate defensive secondaries. Biletnikoff Award winner, cleanest route runner I ever seen, single season school records, held the records, all of them for receivers for the longest time until Devontae Smith came in. Smitty had Calvin Ridley at number 3. I can gel with that. He had Jerry Jeudy at 4 and put himself at 5. It's a doable list. Very doable list. Now, a lot of people will tell Smitty, now you need to have yourself at 1. You the Heisman Trophy winner. You need to have yourself at 1. But Smitty, humble dude, I can respect that. I can understand that. So for me, since I'm going to have a little fun with this, I'm going to bring you guys my top 5 list. So my top 5 list, Bama receivers of all time, my lifetime. Number 1, I'm going to go Devontae Smith for me at 1. I mean, Eli, I watched Smitty the whole 2020 season. I watched him when he came as a freshman in 2017. And Cam Sims told me in an open practice in August, it's hot. I felt like I was about to pass out. I had black pants on. Eli, you didn't know me at that time, and thank God you didn't. It was a crazy day, okay? So I'm out there, Brian Denny, open practice. And I asked Cam Sims, Cam, if Calvin Ridley is not open on the play, who do you trust to catch the football? At that point in time, Cam Sims takes me to the other side of the field, points right at this 6 foot, 160-pound guy, and says, that's him. Tay. He the dog. He ain't gonna drop nothing. Put it on everything. Tay that dude. And ever since that day, I knew Devontae Smith's the real deal. He caught the pass, 2nd and 26, to win you a national championship. But that 2020 season, Eli, no one could stop Smitty. Nobody. Especially after, unfortunately, Jalen Waddle went down that year. No one could stop Smitty. And he burned everybody all the way to a Heisman Trophy. And he burned everybody all the way to winning the national championship. I mean, if the guy didn't have a finger injury against Ohio State, he probably would have put up even more numbers in that national championship game. I'm just saying. So Smitty's one to me. Number 2, I got Amari Cooper. That 2014 season was just sick. I mean, you could double team Coop, triple team Coop. You could have the entire Thanos squad on Coop. Blake Sims was still throwing that ball to Cooper, and Cooper was going to find a way to get the ball. And Lane Kiffin put that man all over the field. Coop that year, 124 catches, 1,727 yards, 16 touchdowns. Ridiculous. Yeah. Coop is 2. Number 3 for me, Julio Jones changed the game in recruiting. Changed the game in everything for Alabama football. We had never seen a guy that big, that fast, that explosive ever. 6'4", 200-plus pounds, big hands, big speed, big athletic ability. You couldn't defend him. Julio Jones was 3 for me. Now, some people would say better NFL career than the college career, but Julio Jones 3 for me. Number 4, I will slide Jerry Jeudy at 4. 2018, Jeudy, Fred Biletnikoff Award winner, just did it all in 2018. Let a lot of plays happen. So Jeudy at 4. Number 5, Tyrone Prothro for me. Okay? Tyrone Prothro. To this day, Mike Schumer, why did you leave that man on the field when you were roasting Florida? I'm sorry. A bit of a flashback. Sorry. Tyrone Prothro, number 5 for me. Speed, hands, passion, athleticism, big playability. Tyrone Prothro for me would be 5. Those would be my 5. Those would be my 5 guys. The honorable mentions are on screen there, but those would be my 5. Smitty, Coop, Julio, Jeudy, Prothro. But Devontae Smith's list, he had a good one also. Can't refute that. We're going to go to another break here, folks. Don't touch that dial. When we get back, we return to the phone lines. Line us up. We grab your calls, your thoughts, conversation with you on a Friday. We'll be back after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care in support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
All right, people, we're back and rolling to the action from the break. Hottest show in these streets. We're talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Continue tapping that like button, hitting that subscribe button, making this your show to talk all things Bama football. We're going to go to the phone lines to grab your calls. The call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. Number to call in, 205-448-1358. We grab this call here. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hey, how's it going, Stephen? This is Juwan from Arkansas.
Juwan, what's happening?
What's going on, my brother? I just want to call and give you my top 5 Alabama receivers of all time.
Go ahead.
I don't know why we forget about this guy, but number 1 for me is DJ Hall. You look at his numbers and what he did back in the day. They weren't even throwing the football like that. So picture a guy like him in this kind of offense. He definitely would have won the Heisman.
Oh, no doubt.
If they would have gave a fair shake to a receiver like they did for Devontae and Desmond and guys like that won the Heisman. My number 2 guy is Devontae Smith. And whenever I talk about Smitty, yeah, that play he made in the national championship game was crazy. But you go look at his junior film, Smitty could have been a first rounder after his junior season. If you go look at that game, one of the last games that Tua and Smitty played together, man, he went stupid on Ole Miss and had 5 touchdowns made it look crazy against them. Made it look easy out there, though. And it was the most unbelievable football play you've seen. You go back and you look at that junior film, that play that he made when it was only like a 15 or 20-yard touchdown. When he ran up that sideline, my mouth was hanging open. It was like angels in the end zone with Smitty. Nobody out there for Ole Miss could touch him. He ran off all game. Then at number 3, I got my guy Coop. We know, man, big game Coop. We knew the football was going to Coop, and you couldn't stop it. Only thing that could stop Amari Cooper that year was Auburn getting a prayer kick 6, or Alabama would have been playing Florida State. Because he went stupid in that game for McCarron. If people remember that game, he had like a 98 TD. Alabama was back in their own end zone. He burnt the guy. He was a freshman then. He took it all the way in that game. That guy was balling.
And then you got to remember that 2013 game with McCarron. Coop was coming off a foot injury.
A foot injury. That guy was a beast. And then number 3, you got to put the Blitnikoff winner, the best route runner ever in Alabama history, Mr. Jerry Jeudy. Come on, Jerry Jeudy was out there beasting out. Everybody said that he was the best route runner every year he was in college. Nobody was a better route runner. They talked about his precision routes. And he went for 2 1,000-yard seasons back-to-back before he left Alabama. So then at number 4, my number 4 guy, I got Henry Ruggs. This is why I say Henry Ruggs. Who do you know that can roll out of bed, not even put on their track shoes, and throw up a 4.2? He does it like it's nothing, like it's simple. You want to talk about production as a freshman? Henry Ruggs, I remember he had 7 catches his freshman year, but they were 7 tutties. You talking about production? 7 catches, 7 tutties. That's crazy right there. And then number 5, I guess I'll throw in there. I'll throw Julio in there just because it's not because of the numbers. It's just because of the dominating physical presence he was. If he had one-on-one coverage, he was going to bot. There's nobody who could bang with Julio. There's nobody in this game. If he played in this Alabama offense, who's going to match up with Julio? Nobody. He's going to body you up. He's going to snatch on you. He was a beast before there was, we was talking about the big physical receivers and having speed. Those are my guys, though.
Goodness, there, Juwan. You can't argue with that.
Appreciate it, Steven.
Absolutely. Juwan from Arkansas calling in right there. DJ Hall was a good one. DJ Hall was a real good wide receiver, and I don't understand why he does not get the respect that he deserves, because I grew up watching DJ Hall too. He could put route concepts together. He could play with the best of them. He could play with the absolute best of them. But we take this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
This is James calling from Decatur, Alabama. How you doing, man?
Doing good, James, and yourself?
I'm doing good, brother. I was just wanting to see who you think will be the starter wide receivers and how you think the offensive line goes shape up this year. And God bless you. Jesus Christ be with y'all all the time. Roll Tide.
Okay, so the wide receivers this year, wide receivers for Alabama, I like Benson in the slot. Give me Benson in the slot. Brooks at the X, at the Z. No, better yet, give me Benson at the Z, Brooks at the X, Bond in the slot. Those be my starters. I'll have Prentice in there as well. But yeah, Brooks, Benson, Bond, Prentice, those four. Yeah, those be my four. And of course, the offensive line. I like how this offensive line is looking right now. Don't be surprised if Caden Proctor, the freshman, winds up possibly. Yeah, don't be surprised if Caden Proctor, the freshman, winds up getting a starting spot there at either a left tackle or right tackle. Could we see two freshmen start on the offensive line? You could. Olas Anganine has big potential right there as a possible guard, but if there's not two freshmen starting on the offensive line, at least one, and I could see Caden Proctor taking either right tackle or left tackle, depending on does Nick Saban flip J.C. Latham to left tackle and let Proctor go play right tackle, or if Saban keeps Latham at right tackle and you have Proctor at left tackle. However they play it, we could see maybe one freshman start here on the offensive line. I appreciate James there for that call. 205-448-1358. The number to call in. Let your voice be made known. 205-448-1358 here. As you guys are continuing to get your thoughts in, we got cool call topic. This one is on A.J. McCarron, former three-time national champion for your Crimson Tide, two-time starting quarterback national champion. AJ is the MVP, most valuable player of the XFL. And what a season he had for the St. Louis Battlehawks. McCarron set a single season league record for touchdown passes with 24. He led the league in completion percentage, 68.8%, had 2,150 passing yards. Battlehawks a 7-3 record, missed the playoffs. Still don't understand how that happened. But McCarron, the MVP of the XFL, and proving that he's got game. He can still play. So hopefully at some point, NFL teams wake up and see, hey, this guy's still slinging it. He can still ball. Like, pick up the phone and call him. So hopefully some NFL team gets that notion. But we take our final break here on the show. Upon our return, we get to an interesting discussion topic. Of all of the 10 players that Alabama had drafted last week to the NFL, which one could have the best rookie season? We'll get into that and wrap things up after this.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full-year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide. Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
Well, folks, we appreciate you guys so much on today for all the phone calls, the donations, the super chats, YouTube chatting, making this your show, your spot right here to talk Bama football. Hitting that like button, that subscribe button. Continue to do that. We thank you guys. Final topic or discussion of conversation here, Eli. This is, Bama had 10 players drafted last week in the NFL draft in Kansas City. 3 of those guys went in the first round: Bryce Young, Will Anderson, Jahmyr Gibbs. But the question is, of the 10 guys that got drafted, and of course you had 5 that went as undrafted free agents, found NFL teams as well. But of the 10 guys that got drafted, who has the best rookie season? And I know a lot of people would instantly say, well, it's got to be Bryce Young, right? Well, the Carolina Panthers have already said that Andy Dalton was going to start off as the quarterback, and then we'll see how it goes from there with them. So for me, best rookie season, I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs. The reason why I'm going to go Gibbs, Dan Campbell and that Lions offense is going to use Gibbs everywhere. Keep in mind, the Lions, when they drafted Gibbs, they let DeAndre Swift go, and he joined the Eagles. So Gibbs is going to have a lot of say within that offense, whether it's as a running back, whether it's as a receiver, whether it's returning kicks or punts. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have a lot to say within this offense, within this Detroit Lions team. So I think Gibbs could have the best rookie season. I mean, don't get me wrong, Will Anderson could go off for 10, 12 sacks in his first year. He could. Ryan Branch could have a big year. Cameron Latu could have a big year. Any one of these guys could have a big year. But I'm going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs simply off the fact that, look, this is not the same old stale Detroit Lions. Last year, they went 9-8. Winning record, winning season, beat the Packers, knocked them out of the playoff contention, right? Dan Campbell, high energy guy, loves explosive players, knows how to coach, can coach, and you go out there and you get a Jahmyr Gibbs of whom Jared Goff is not awful. People forget Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl for the Rams one year. He's not terrible. With the Lions, had a good season last year. Now you get him another marquee weapon in Jahmyr Gibbs that you can put all over the field, use everywhere. I think he may have the best rookie season of the guys that got drafted on last week. But there's something to keep your eyes on, something to definitely look forward to. But as always, people, you want the best in news, notes, conversation, entertainment on your favorite program, that being the Alabama Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama magazine app. Now you download the app from the iPhone App Store, if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store, if you got the Android phone for your audio needs. Check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, iHeartRadio. We got you covered right there. Good and gracious Lord sees fit. I'll try to be back on Monday, continuing the conversation that is Bama football. Remember, Tide fans, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Have those hit to your door. That link will be found in the description. If you're trying to get your hands on the fresh edition, print edition of TDA the magazine, you go to touchdownalabama.com. You click join, become a member or a subscriber today. That link found in the description as well. Guys, shout out you, the outstanding fans of Alabama football. All the calls, super chats, donations, you guys doing what you do, making this your show to talk Bama football. Guys, shout out my man Eli Walker in the production studio, handling that business there behind in the production studio. Also got to give a shout out to my daughter Mariah back home watching the show here. Appreciate Mariah showing dad some love there back home. But folks, as always, husbands, love your wives. Wives, appreciate, value those husbands. Children, continue doing the right thing, fun thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing to not be bored there. We get yourself those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself, you protect the loved ones around you. Till next time, folks, I'm your man Stephen M. Smith, and you've been listening to My Own Words.